Okay, hello everybody. This is going to be a commentary over my 2-year-old red glitchless world record that is still the world record. It's been getting a lot of popularity lately, so I thought I would do this video about it, so that hopefully people can understand the run more. So let's just get started. Alright. The first thing is obviously I set text speed fast and animations off. There you go. Time starts when you hit new game. And in the bottom left of this video, I have the live chat from the run, since I didn't have it on screen. I'm not going to be talking about menuing techniques since I have a separate video on that I'll link in the description. Okay, name myself A, because one character saves time. Every extra character is a frame per time it's displayed, and A is the fastest character. Same thing for rival. Now we just go through the intro. I rolled 100 there. See the chance of it. So not gonna have sound because my voice would be on it, and it sounds really bad. I mash. Alright, so I'm gonna pick Squirtle. The reason for this is it learns Bubble at level 8, which is very useful for beating Brock. You might think that Bulbasaur can beat Brock, but it's really slow. It doesn't learn Vine Whip until I believe level 13, which would take a lot to level up. So Bulbasaur sucks. Charmander cannot beat Brock very quickly. So Squirtle is the answer. I named that A as well for the same reason as before. Now we go to the rival fight. I'm going to use Tail Whip turn 1 and then spam Tackle. This is the fastest on average to beat this fight. Squirtle stats don't matter very much. They matter for 3 fights. But it's not that big of a difference. Very nice growl fail there. Stat lowering moves in Gen 1 have a 25% additional chance to fail on top of its accuracy. So growl is only 75% to hit when used by an opponent. So that was an extremely good rival fight. You can kill the Bulbasaur in 3 hits, but that is extremely unlikely. I've only ever done it once, and that's actually in my former world record 148.50, if you've seen that. Alright, so now we're going to go up Route 1. Hope to get as few encounters as possible. I do have to kill 1 encounter in order to get Bubble after the forest for Brock. So if I see an encounter, I will kill it. But I got lucky. That is not a manipulation. I just got 0 encounters. I still have 2 more passes on Route 1 though. The average number of Route 1 encounters per pass. I need Wave Warrior. I don't know. It's like 3 total across all the passes, maybe. I think it's like 3.5 actually. Okay, so I went through that grass because I needed an encounter still. So I just cut through the grass to save steps. If I'd already killed an encounter, I wouldn't have done that, but still no encounter. Very lucky. A lot of this run is very lucky, especially the first 43 minutes and 33 seconds. Cutscene time. No, after Surge, where it went bad. Alright, still looking for an encounter to kill. It's all content. Alright. Level 3 Pidgey. That's actually not a great encounter to get because it's a range to die in 3 hits. And it always gusts. But luckily it dies. And I get no more encounters. So that was literally just basically the ideal first split as you can get without crazy insane luck. 1 encounter that you kill for experience and a very good rival fight. Buy 3 Pokeballs. I need to catch 3 things this run. The first thing is going to be a Nidoran male. Nidoran male and its evolutions are the fastest thing to beat Gen 1 with by a long shot. It's not even close. Ben, thank you for the sub. It's just not even close. So, okay, I have to explain this. So in Gen 1, when you hard reset the game and do the same inputs after hard resetting, you will most of the time get the same results. So we can use that to our advantage by brute forcing paths to see what gives the best results. And here I am doing that to get a perfect Nidoran that gets in the ball first encounter. It is 15 attack, 15 defense, 14 speed, 15 special. And in this game, it's DVs, not IVs in Gen 1 and 2. And it's ranges from 0 to 15. Because the game saves like right when you press yes. It says that for pretty much no reason. I don't know why. So I buffered all my inputs from the reset, so I was able to get this Nidoran. The bot found this manipulation. And now, if I clear all these text boxes after the catch perfectly, I can extend this manipulation into finding a Pidgey. And since you have to nickname there, which you can't do perfectly, you have to have several paths for this. So I looked at that NPC and this one to figure out which path I had to do to get a Pidgey in this next patch of grass. So now I know what path I'm on. I know what to do, which is start flash there and some other things. And then I get this encounter, which is a Pidgey. And it will also get in the ball. And even still, if I do all these text boxes frame perfectly, I can extend this into no encounters in the forest. So this Nidoran into Pidgey into no encounters is one of the hardest manipulations in Pokemon speedrunning. And if you're really good, you can extend this into the next fight, having the Weedle use String Shot instead of Poison Sting. But because this time was so good, and I had 15 HP, I decided to pick up the potion instead of before the fight, which ruins the manipulation. So I wasn't able to do that. I had them all memorized, but there's also an image that has all of them on it. All right, so that's where the manipulation stops. It's not possible to extend manipulations through trainer battles. It's just a bot brute forcing all the possible paths until it finds something good. PC potion is extremely slow, and I didn't know I would have needed the potion until after that. And that's the only option that isn't during the manip. The mart doesn't sell potions. So during manipulation, sometimes I have to press the A button, which stutters my movement for 2 frames. It's like buffering the A button as you move onto a tile, which lags the game for 2 frames, which gives you different results compared to if you didn't do that. Unlucky on the Weedle, I crit it one of the turns, And in Gen 1, crits ignore all stat changes. So since I tail whipped twice, the crit ended up doing less than a non-crit. Gen 1 is very good like that. Alright, so now I'm level 8 and have bubble, so I can go fight Brock. But first I'm going to go to the mart and buy potions. This is the first mart you can buy potions at. Some zigzag movement for fun. No, not in Gen 1, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely not in Gen 1. That's in Gen 3. Yeah, I don't have sound because my voice would be over it. I already explained that, Leah. Well, I guess I didn't. In the forest, there are some tiles where you can't get encounters for some reason. But that's pretty irrelevant since I was manipulating the encounters anyway. But yeah. Alright, so I'm swap training Nidoran here. Need Nidoran to get to level 8 to learn Horn Attack. Right now it's pretty useless with just Leer and Tackle. And it can't beat Brock, of course. So I'm switch training it. That's why we didn't change the battle style at the start of the run. It's on shift. So I can switch back. Also, the Squirtle has good special, so it two-shots the Geodude and the Onix. Thank you. Hey, it bided there, so I'm gonna tail it twice. If it was a short bide and I just went into bubble, I would have died. Yeah, Brock's pretty simple for the most part. Now I have a level 8 Nidoran with Horn Attack, which is a lot more useful. Yes, Nidoran's DVs are manipulated to be perfect. Alright, so at this point, this run is very good. 1135 Brock with early mart. Sometimes you mart after Brock to get potions, but not often. Very good time. Set battle style to set because I don't want it on shift because that would lose lots of time between everything I kill. What percentage of runs make it past Mount Moon? Probably around 10%, I would guess. Maybe a bit less. Alright, so now I have to explain badge boosts. So in Gen 1, when your stats are changed, badge boosts get reapplied. Badge boost is a stat boost that some badges that when you win a gym battle, they give you a boost to your stats. So Brock gives an attack boost, and every time any of my stats change, that boost is reapplied. So that includes when String Shot hits, like right there. So the badge boost was just reapplied. So now I have two basically stacks of attack boosts at this point. That does go away when you level, so now it's gone. But that's going to be abused throughout the entire run. So I'll explain that every time it happens. Well, I'll say it happens. When it matters. Horn attack count is also very important here. I need to save as many horn attacks as possible. So I'm using tackle where I can. Tackle is worse because it's only 95% accurate. Otherwise, this fight is pretty simple. Badge boost is... what is it? Shit. I actually don't remember. I was thinking 9 and 8. 12.5%. It's a 12.5% increase. World record before this run was 145.48 by Exarian. So yeah, 9 and 8. 9 over 8 boost is right. This run is 2 years old, but it is still the world record. Pretty simple fight here, just Leer Horn attack. Get through as fast as possible. This Ekans has Wrap. Wrap in this game sucks. It just keeps, like, you can't get out of it until it stops. Waste a lot of time, especially if you're slower, but with manipulation you'll never be slower. The gunner splits are there because I hadn't finished a run with this route before, so I was using his splits for comparison. This fight is very annoying. If this Weedle string shots twice, everything's faster than you, and stuff has hardened, and it's just really bad. Luckily, it used Poison Sting. Yep, it works the same way in this game as Stadium. Very bad. That's right, Wawa. This Caterpie can also string shot twice, which it did, which is quite annoying because now this Metapod is... it's outspeeds, right? One is a speed tie, two it outspeeds, I think. I haven't played this game in 2 years. Because it hardened, which increases its defense. Okay, yeah, so now Metapod outspeeds. Oh no, it is a speed tie. 2 string shots is a speed tie. Nice crit there. Make it not that bad. And in this fight, the same thing can happen where this Caterpie uses string shot twice and then Metapod outspeeds, which is very slow. So hopefully this Caterpie just tackles. Which it did. And this Metapod is usually a 4 turn, but I got a very good roll on the first, and then I crit the second one. So I actually 2-shot that Metapod, which saves 2 turns. It's quite a big deal. That was a very good Route 3. Alright, so now I'm going to do another manipulation, just like Nidoran earlier. I'm going to save right here. I'm going to go through first this patch of grass, and then all of Mount Moon, picking up the Water Gun TM, the Mega Punch TM, a Moonstone, and then encountering a Paris at the end and catching it. That's all in one manipulation. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, because it's just been, the run's been getting a lot of popularity recently, so I thought now would be a good time to do it. Oh, also, you may be wondering why the game is blue. So on Game Boy Color games, on a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy games, at the start, at the Game Boy screen, you can hold a direction and A or B to get different colors, different color palettes, and that actually affects RNG manipulation. And this manipulation happens to require that you change the color. So that's why the game is now blue. World record after 2 years. It'll actually be 2 years in 5 days. It's been a year and 360 days. So all throughout this manipulation, I'm pressing A on specific tiles and doing specific movement to avoid encounters. It's a very long manipulation. And every step matters. Also, that escape rope, pick that up too. And a rare candy. Jeez. So if you look really closely, you can actually see the game lag, like stutter, on some tiles, and that's because I'm doing the A press. That's not a bad idea, Finn. So there's the Mega Punch TM. Specifically in that room, I did like 4 A presses in a row. If you look closely, you can see. Here's the Moonstone up top left. All the item pickups have to be frame perfect too, which is not necessarily hard. You just start holding A as you move onto the tile, and it just picks it up perfectly. Yes, that is true. This was before I got good game quality. Alright, so I've used 2 of my 3 Pokeballs. I'm about to use the last one right here on this Paris that is manipulated. Paris is going to be used for cut and dig. It's 60 FPS. We got text box perfectly and throw the ball. Make sure it always gets its in. Alright, now this next fight is the worst fight so far. This rat has Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Tackle. It's just about 3 minutes, yeah. Tail Whip from this rat can actually be good because it gives a badge boost. And as you can see, that didn't quite do half. So that Tail Whip hitting actually would have made it die. So it was kind of unfortunate that it missed. I never mess it up, like ever. With practice, you get it down. It's not too difficult. The Zubat has Supersonic and Leech Life. So I just really want to see Leech Life. Tackle there because I'm learning roll on horn attacks. And then that finishes it off. So now I'm going to use that rare candy I picked up earlier to candy to level 16, which will allow me to evolve in a Nidorino. And then I'm going to use that Moonstone that I picked up earlier to become Nidoking. So we already have a fully evolved Nidoking 22 minutes in. And that is why Nidoking is a beast. With Mega Punch. Snip Water Gun and Mega Punch. This next fight is pretty straightforward and simple. Okay, I almost escape roped there, which would have been run over for obvious reasons. Pretty funny. So I'm out of horn attacks now, so I have to Mega Punch everything. This Grimer has Disable, which can be very bad. It disables Mega Punch. That Voltorb is a 29, that sounds right, percent range to die. Mega Punch. So it didn't die, which is expected. And in this area, I can get encounters because it's not manipulated. Because as I said earlier, you cannot extend manipulations to trainer battles or menus, really. That is correct. Disable cannot hit 0 PP moves. It's quite annoying. Okay, so here I can get encounters, but I do not. I got lucky. 23 sub 24 moon is very good. That's what you want to see. Pick up the Helix fossil because it makes the dude move less. And the dude moves slow. And I'm going to go center to get Horn Attack back. And I need the center here for reasons you'll see later. First Pokemon Center of the run. Okay, so now I am going to go to the bike shop, and many people ask why this was done. If you notice, when you talk to the bike shop owner without a bike voucher, see how your text was like instant there for a second? Well, it turns out that it actually stays like that once you leave until you open your menu again, and this saves a lot of time. Pick up this rare candy, see how the text displayed instantly? That is why that is done. Alright, this fight sucks. It's not considered a glitch because, I mean, you're literally just talking to an NPC. That's literally all you're doing. And that's basically it. The community decided to not consider it a glitch, and that's all that matters. This Pidgeotto has Sand Attack. Luckily didn't get it. Sand Attack is very bad. In this game, Sand Attack lowers 100% accurate to 66%. This Gen 1 sucks. Healed before Bike Shop because the yes/no text box of the center gets rid of instant text. Any yes/no text box, menu, anything like that gets rid of it. Alright, so that was a very good fight. Next few fights are pretty simple. Just hit Mega Punches. Either this Caterpie or this Weedle die to Horn Attack. All their ranges. Well, Weedle's a range, but Mega Punch is better. My favorite gen is Gen 5. Have I missed any move yet? I feel like I haven't. I haven't seen it. That's pretty crazy. Pretty sure I haven't missed any move. I want to, Rishi. I will. I've ran a little bit of black, but not very well. That Pidgey is a damage range. I guess I haven't explained this yet. A damage range is when something like damage can do between a certain amount of it can do a certain amount of damage. It's random between two numbers. So stuff sometimes isn't guaranteed to die. It's a range to die is what we say. So like that Pidgey is pretty likely. I forget the exact number. Like 80 something percent? Or is it more? I don't know. That Ekans is also a range, but I crit. Still haven't missed any moves this run. That's kind of crazy. Mega Punch is 85% accurate. This Pidgey is a much worse range than the other one. Hey, I missed. And I missed the range, wow. But that got me closer to Red Bar, which I will explain in a second. And I crit the Nidoran. That Nidoran doesn't die. Okay, so this Mankey is like a 10% range to die to Mega Punch without crit. So I went for Horn Attack, and it Karate chops me into Red Bar. So what Red Bar is it's when you are below 5/24 HP and the siren plays. In red, that siren actually overtakes every other jingle and it just skips it, which saves a lot of time, like a lot. So notice how it didn't wait for Nidoking's Cry. I know you can't hear it, but you can still see how I could use a move instantly. Same thing with that Zubat. It just sends out instantly, doesn't play the Cry, and it just lets me select a move. Another thing it does is not at the end of battles, like right there. It didn't skip it there, but if you level up in the middle of a battle, it just skips the level up jingle, which saves like 2.5 seconds. Runs don't always have Red Bar here, so I have it, and it's really good Red Bar, which is very good. I'm already 49 seconds ahead of world record, and now I'm going to save even more with this Red Bar. This is why I picked up Water Gun earlier. This Onyx and another fight coming up. Yeah, that Karate Chop from Mankey was crazy. Saved so much time. The hardest battle in this game is Misty, which is coming up. So here I'm just Mega Punching things if they die to it, otherwise Horn Attacking if they don't. Why I Horn Attack this Nidoran. Okay, so this next fight, you have a choice here. You can either fight this hiker or the guy above. This hiker has 4 pokes, and the one above has 2. So you might be wondering why I'm fighting this hiker, and the reason is I need to get level 23 before Bill's house, so that I can rare candy, get instant text again, since I wouldn't be able to rare candy in the middle of instant text, because that would kill it. This world record was on September 14th, 2018. That Machops arranged to die. Okay, so you saw that I scrolled down to item there. If I clicked A, instant text would have been dead. So that was very scary. That's 2 almost really bad mistakes this run. These Odysseus do not die to Horn Attack. So we gotta Mega Punch them. That wouldn't have killed even if it crit. That was 100% safe there. Unless I Gen 1 missed, of course. Hello, Tackle. I suppose I should explain Gen 1 missing, even though it hasn't come up. But in Gen 1, there is a 1 in 256 chance that any move misses, including 100% accurate moves. That can be fun sometimes. So now Nidoking has learned Thrash. Thrash is a very good move. In Gen 1, it does 3 to 4 turns instead of 2 to 3. And it saves having to select a move every turn, and it only uses 1 PP for every use. So it's actually a very good move for speedrunning for all those reasons. And it's pretty powerful. Okay, so I said I used the center earlier for a reason you'll see. In red, you can escape rope out of this house. Just lets you. So that saves a long walk back. I'm going to potion for Misty. Rare candy to level 24. And escape rope. So I could go do Misty now. I would be level 24 for Starmie, and at level 24, Starmie outspeeds you and basically is an extremely unlikely range to die in 2 hits. So that's not an option. So instead, I'm going to go fight the Dig Rocket first, which is this rocket outside of Cerulean. This actually loses 19 seconds in movement, but it's worth it just for Starmie. Like, that's how much it matters that you're level 25. This Machop is, I believe, a 56% damage range, and then Drowsy is 94%. And even though that's the case, and they wouldn't be ranges at 25, but it's still worth doing this before Misty. Missed that. Missing the Drowsy can be really bad because it has like Hypnosis Disable, I think, and some bad moves. Now you can't really minute battles in Gen 1. Alright, so we have to fight this trainer before Misty. Has a Goldeen with Supersonic, so just hope it doesn't use Supersonic. No, it's 3 to 4. It's 2 to 3 in every other gen. And I do get Supersonic, but I hit through. Very lucky. So the reason I'm at half HP and I didn't like heal to full for Misty is because I want to get Red Bar. If you get Red Bar from Misty, you can keep it all the way until the heal pad in Lavender Tower, if you get lucky. So it's really important to get Red Bar. At least from Surge or somewhere on the Fly Split. That's why you don't heal to full here. Dead to Bubble Beam critical, but I get Water Gun, which I cannot die to. Thanks, Monk. Okay, so at this point, this is the best run ever past Misty. I forget if that's still true. I don't think it is. I think someone's gotten a better run past Misty now. I already did, but I'll do it again. Red Bar skips Pokemon Cries, it skips Death Cries, it skips Level Up Jingles, and it skips... it saves a frame per text box. I didn't mention that part. Alright, so now we're heading towards Vermilion to fight Surge and some other things. Okay, so here's something fun. In this underground, there's a full restore. And if you pick it up fast enough, you can skip the jingle of picking it up. Since audio isn't loaded yet, it just skips it. And it looks even better in instant text, so that was just me picking up a full restore. Because my voice would be over it, this was a live run. Don't want 2 voices. Alright, I could have gotten an encounter there, but I didn't. Now we just thrash these Pidgeys. They have quick attack. I'm at really good HP right now. It's not quite Red Bar, but it's in good position to get Red Bar. I get 1 quick attack. Oh, quick attack crit. That Red Bar. It is Red Bar. Wow. That's pretty nice. It just quick attack crit me into Red Bar. It's very good. Nope. Red now fights 0 optional trainers. I leveled out a Red Bar there. That's fine because I'm at a safe HP for Boat Rival, which is a very bad fight. I said this earlier, but Misty is the most likely fight to die to in the run. This rival fight is one of the top, most likely. I forget what the chance is. Misty's 25% to die about. So I still have instant text at this point. Almost done though. So I still can't menu. Okay, so once again he leads a Pidgeotto with Sand Attack. So really, do we just want to see anything but that? Very good. You can get it as many times until you get the bike voucher. Eradicate dies to Mega Punch. And then use Thrash. This Dabra always dies. This Ivysaur can use either Vine Whip or Leech Seed. I want to see Vine Whip here to get me into low red bar. But instead I crit it, which I suppose is fine. Rub this dude's back to get the cut TM. HM. Thought I can fight Surge and advance through the game. Now we have to watch the longest cutscene in Gen 1, which is this boat going away. Only this was the longest cutscene in Gen 8. This is not a live run. Okay, so now I'm going to go to this mart. I'm going to sell the nugget I got from Nugget Bridge. And also the TM I got from Brock, which is Bide. Which I don't need. Buy 3 repels for Rock Tunnel. Now before this cut bush, I am going to teach Bubble Beam, Nidoking, and I'm going to teach Dig and Cut to Paris. Hello, Alba. So another reason that Nidoking is a beast, I actually messed up. I meant to swap repels up there, but I messed up and didn't swap. That lost some time. Another reason Nidoking is a beast is that it learns many TMs, including, but it doesn't learn Dig. If it learned Dig, this run would be so much better, but it just doesn't. Oh, this is actually red. So this is the last RNG manipulation of the run for the trash cans in Surge's gym. Everyone knows those stink. So we just manipulate them to get perfect luck. This is a very simple manipulation. Good times roll. Thank you for the sub. So that manipulation did not require a palette change. So that's why it's back to red. I would not do 60 out of 60. I'd do it in a race. So that hands manip is 58 out of 60 to work. And you can do a slower one that's 60 out of 60 to work. But it's like a second and a half slower. Red over blue because the manipulations are better in red. That's the only reason. Changing color is part of the Mount Moon manipulation. I crit that Raichu, which saves a turn. This is now the best run of all time, including no one has beaten the Surge time 2 years later. This is still the best Surge time of all time. 43:33. Okay, so I'm a minute 37 ahead of world record, which is a lot. I did not have plenty of money. You'll see later. So I'm also just out of red bar. So this next fight has 4 pokes, and I'm actually gonna thrash turn 1. The reason for that is if I hit myself into red bar, that would actually be a good thing. The other option is to Mega Punch the Oddish turn 1 and then thrash. I had to choose between one of those, so I chose the thrash because I wanted red bar since I just leveled out. And now we're going to the bike shop for the last time, not for instant text, but for the actual bike. So now I'm going to swap the bike to the top, or second slot, and teach Thunderbolt to Nidoking, because Nidoking can learn Thunderbolt for some reason. That's why Nidoking is a god, but he can't learn Dig. No, you can't get the bike without the voucher. Okay, this fight, as I said, I have to hit a 4-turn thrash, which is, it's 75% to not hit yourself, because 50% to get the 4-turn, or 50% to hit yourself. But I wouldn't mind hitting myself once, as long as the Bellsprout doesn't put me to sleep. I don't get the 3-turn and I hit myself, but the Bellsprout puts me to sleep. So I have to full restore, otherwise it will kill me with Wrap. This loses a lot of time because having red bar for the whole fly split just saves so much time. Like, more time than you're probably thinking. So now this is going quite poorly. And the thought of full restoring on this fight and still getting world record is basically unheard of. So I was pretty sure that this run was over. So I have to try to get red bar back somehow. At this point, I've lost like a minute basically. I have to waste turns to get red bar back, and that fight itself was very slow. Can't get red bar back on this fight. None of these have good enough moves, so I just thrash. Trying to figure out what I want to do to get red bar. This next fight has a Cubone and a Slowpoke, both which do lots of damage. The problem is Cubone is not guaranteed to use Bone Club every turn. Slowpoke is guaranteed to use Confusion every turn. So I decided to take 1 hit on Cubone, which does use Bone Club every turn, and then 2 hits on Slowpoke. Hopefully, if I had got good enough rolls, that would put me into good red bar. So I Thunderbolt the Cubone, so that it hits me with Bone Club, get closer to red bar. And now I'm going to take 2 Confusion hits on the Slowpoke. Confusion does 15 to 17. That did 16. And that did 16. But this is literally just out of red bar next level up. So at this point, I'm basically pretty defeated and about to give up. Because you need red bar here. You can't get an encounter on the first tile you enter, no. Red bar saves time because it overrides every other jingle and skips. it skips move learning jingles, it skips level up jingles, it skips cries. It's just really fast. So yeah, this Oddish is 55% to die, and it has some scary moves. Sleep Powder, Stun Spore. This Bulbasaur is very likely to die. However, it doesn't die, and it Vine Whips me into good red bar. That just saved the run. Like, that mattered so much. If I didn't get that, it was just over. WSOP wins again. Alright, these next few fights are pretty simple. Just Full Beam this hiker. If you compare to a run that has no red bar, compared to a run that has like the standard red bar, yeah, 3 minutes. Like, yeah, 3 minutes sounds right. I'm just saying that sounds right, bro. You're right, it's 3 hours. Rock Tunnel in the dark is actually way easier than it looks, by the way. In Gen 1. Some games it's really hard, but not this game. Yeah, red bar is a Gen 1 thing only. It's saving time. Yellow is Gen 1 WSOP. So all that stupidness happening, I lost about a minute this split. However, since I was a minute 37 seconds ahead of world record, that means I'm now 37 seconds ahead of world record. Which is still good. Somehow. This Growlithe is, I believe, a 91% range to die to Bubble Beam. Missing it kind of stinks. But I got it. I crit. There's an elixir on this underground. How I get it is I'm counting the bike pedals as they go down, and I'm counting for 13 of those. Pick it up perfectly. No, Roger. This record has stood longer than Gunner's Yellow. Yeah, I didn't do top elixir because I was a pleb back then. Getting the elixir from the top saves 2 frames. Saves a turn frame because you can face down in the next room. Alright, now we're going to buy the move that truly makes Nidoking, like, so much better than everything else. And this is the person that asked why I sold stuff earlier. You'll see why here. Gotta buy lots of stuff here. I'll explain why I bought the Pokédoll later. This run was September 14th, 2018. Get the Soda Pop so that I can talk to this girl and get Rock Slide. If Nidoking learned Dig, we would not have to do this. But for some reason, a ground type cannot learn Dig. Fresh water to give to the guard. And then lots of X items. Left was $731. Quite a lot. Must have bought one less of something. Yeah, when you buy one drink, the vending machine kicks you out, so it's just better to buy one, give it to the girl, and go back. It doesn't, it's pretty much the same, but not buying them both at the same time is, like, barely faster. I could have gotten 4 supers, you're right, and then I wouldn't have YOLO'd Agatha and the run would have sucked. Get wrecked. Alright, big menu here. Rock Slide. Swap X accuracies to the top, because I'll be using a lot of those. And we're going to Lavender Town. Yeah, the menus have changed a lot. At least Rock Slide's more accurate. We're just zooming through this fight with Red Bar. This Ivysaur is a 2-shot. It can once again Vine Whip or Leech Seed. What I get doesn't really matter here. No sound because my voice would be in it. Okay, so now we have 4 Ghastlies coming up, and I have to Rock Slide them all because, you know, Nidoking can't learn Dig. Rock Slide is 90% accurate. And if I miss, the Ghastlies have very bad moves. They have Nightshade, Lick, and Confuse Ray. So I just want to hit them really badly. Especially these first 2, since I am at low HP. Hit 1. Yes, the stats are manipulated. They are very relevant. Some elixirs. We need to restore our PP later since Horndrill only has 5 PP. I think 13? It's either 12 or 13. It might be 12 speed ties, 13 outspeeds. I think that's what it is. Okay, so now I took the heal pad, full HP. So these Ghastlies are less scary, but I still really want to hit. Because Lick, Paralyze, or Confuse Ray are very bad. It's just based on what you've done since reset, pretty much. You do the same path. It's pretty much the time since reset, but not exactly. Like, if you just reset and do everything perfectly, you'll get the same results most of the time, depending on in game time. Okay, so now that we're done with Rock Slide, I can teach Horn Drill over it. Because you get Rock Slide literally just for those Ghastlies because Nidoking can't learn Dig. Okay, so now I'm going to use this Pokédoll on this Ghost instead of doing the Underground. If you're wondering why this is not considered a glitch, it is because Pokédoll is doing exactly what it is intended to do, which is run away. Alright, we have some easy fights up here. Alright, now we're going to use X Accuracy Horn Drill for the first time. So in Gen 1 and 2, X Accuracy makes it so that you cannot miss no matter what. Even if your accuracy is lowered, you just can't miss. It skips the accuracy check completely. A lot of people think that's only Gen 1, but nope, it's the exact same thing in Gen 2. So what we can do here is use an X Accuracy and then just Horn Drill. And it will hit every time. And no other moves kill these things fast. So that's the best thing to do on this fight. So this has 4. So I could just Thrash and hope for 4 turn, but that'd be silly. The Raticate is an 84% range, 82, somewhere around there. To die to Thrash. So instead of thrashing this, I'm actually going to Thunderbolt this as well, in case I miss that range and get a 3 turn. But I get the range. That was a good split. Hit all my Rock Slides. No mistakes. Okay, so at this point I have a decision to make. There's a very risky strategy you can do on the Koga split to get red bar. It's basically 50-50 to die, but it saves 50 seconds. So if I didn't do it, I'd be about even with world record after this split. And this run already lost a lot of time, so I decided to do it. So we'll see how that goes. Center here for the dig point. And the PP. And the HP. Although I think I was at full. Well, no, I wasn't. But the HP doesn't really matter. The fresh water to the guard. So a long time ago, you used to go to the 10th floor, fight a Machoke Rocket, get Earthquake, and then do the rest of Sylph. But it's actually faster to do the rest of Sylph first and then go back and get Earthquake to skip the trainer. That's what I will be doing. This Arbok has Glare, and I do not have anything to heal that with at this point. So if I get Glare, this runs over. That's just it. I used my full restore earlier. I get Leer. Does not glare. Yes, they did spell elixirs wrong in Gen 1. Now I get the card key. So here's where that risky strategy happens. I'm gonna let Gyarados on the rival fight hit me with Hydro Pump. And as you might imagine, that does a lot. What does it do exactly? Like, someone know? I forget the roll. It's like 88 to 104. Thank you. So my goal is to get Hydro Pumped into Red Bar here. And I need to set up an X accuracy, an X speed, and an X special. Yeah, sometimes you X special twice to make it do less if you have less HP. So if I had just let Gyarados hit me now, that'd be pretty scary. So at... This quick attack sucked a lot. I could have just used an extra X special, I think, there, and it would have been good. Instead, now I have the Super Potion, so I'll have full HP. I have to hope for a really high roll from Hydro Pump. It does 88 to 104. And it does 90, which is a very low roll. And now I'm going to level out a Red Bar. Unlucky. So now I have to figure out a way to get Red Bar. There's a Cubone coming up that can hit me with Bone Club. It does 25 to 30. So if I got a low roll Bone Club, that would actually be nice. It's 25 to 30. I know that one. The reason I stepped above Rival there is that he just walks to the right there instead of going all the way around you. Elixir for Horn Drills. Yeah, look at that. So I want Bone Club here. 8 growls, unlucky. So still no Red Bar. Quite unfortunate. So the next thing, Giovanni has a Nidorino that can use Horn Attack, which would put me into good Red Bar. So that's what I'm hoping for now. Missing all this Red Bar opportunity loses a lot of time. World Record had perfect Red Bar here. So saved pretty much the whole 50 seconds. And I'm losing a lot of it. So I want to see Horn Attack. But it focus energies. Unlucky. So, last resort, I have to Thunderbolt this Rhyhorn until it hits me into Red Bar. It has Tail Whip, Stomp, Horn Attack, and can Guard Spec, so pretty likely that I get hit into Red Bar. Guard Spec, Tail Whip, Tail Whip. Alright, there we go. So, At this point, I basically lost the entire 50 seconds. It would have been faster for me to just not attempt this strategy. That might not be true, actually. I think it's still a little bit faster at this point. It's pretty even, though. Now I have to go back, as I said earlier, to the 10th floor, get Earthquake and a rare candy, and then dig out. That's right. Okay. So at least I have Red Bar now. Red Bar saves a decent amount of time in Koga's gym, but not necessarily the time I took setting it up. Do some more menuing here. Encounter Snorlax, my favorite Pokemon. Having Red Bar makes this encounter go faster. Alright, I repelled there because there's a hidden rare candy in this grass I'm going to get. Screwed up getting it. Stopped the towel too early. Now I'm going to grab this PP up to give Horndrill an extra PP, so it has 6 instead of 5. The more Horndrills, the better. I'm going to PP up and teach Earthquake. There's this cool menu here. Swap Earthquake to the top, use PP up, and then use Earthquake TM. Pretty cool. Here it's barely faster to cut these bushes instead of going around. People used to go around because they thought it was faster because they didn't cut the bushes fast enough. Fun fact. Wow, mistake there. Because I used my full restore earlier, I'm going to pick up this full restore here. I guess I should explain bag space. When you have 20 items, the gym leaders skip giving you their TMs and their speech about it. So you want to have 20 items from this point on. Saves a lot of time. So I picked up full restore both because I didn't have one and because using it took up the bag space. I needed to fill that bag spot to have 20 items. And this gold teeth is the 19th item. And this surf HM is the 20th. And we dig out and go fight Koga. It's a little bit faster to bike to the gym than walk there. First juggler is pretty easy, just Earthquake 4 times. The second juggler has a Hypno that does not die in one hit unless you critical. And when you're in red bar, it's literally just 1 in 4 to kill you if you don't crit. It has Confusion, Headbutt, Disable, Poison Gas, and Confusion just kills. Yeah, if you're at really low HP, then Headbutt also kills. So it's not worth healing for it at all. No matter what. Yep. But I'll have 15, I think. So 1 in 39. To kill with Headbutt. And it disables. So we're good. Alright. Koga fight is also pretty simple. As you can see, I'm losing lots of time because I didn't get the full red bar. Now I'm going to Elixir on this Wheezing after getting level 40. AX attack, so I have to use it. I have to stall. Because the goal here is to die to self-destruct. Oh no, I'm dead. Wheezing dies too, fight's over. So the reason for that is that now, in every Pokemon game, rare candies revive you because it increases your max HP. So I'm going to use 3 rare candies now, and I'll be revived and in very deep red bar for the rest of the game. Until Agatha. Well, usually until Agatha. So now I gotta get the strength HM. It's not worth getting this rare candy. Well, first of all, I can't use strength yet, but even if I could, it wouldn't be worth getting this rare candy. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Shifty. Alright, so now we're gonna do the mansion. Now I'm high enough level to avoid encounters. And I have Surf now. That's correct, Wawa. Listening. Okay, so now also I'm a second behind world record after being a minute 37 ahead. That's how much this time this run lost. This stupid stuff. Good job. Okay, so you may notice that I don't really have a move to take care of grass types at this point. Or, like, well, yeah, it's mostly just grass types. So I'm going to pick up this Blizzard TM in the mansion and teach it. In Gen 1, Blizzard is actually 90% accurate. It's kind of overpowered. Yeah, Dragon. You're right. Thank you. I knew I was missing something. So you kind of need an ice move. The other option is Ice Beam, but it's just worse and slower. We get Blizzard and teach it immediately in order to. I have to teach it immediately so that I can pick up the secret key because I still have 20 items. Rare candies, got rid of 1. And then Blizzard took that, and now I'm getting it back. And now it's going away. So now, secret key makes 20. That repel timing was perfectly made so that if I took 1 extra step, the repel would have worn off. So that I don't have to do an extra repel menu. And there's 2 rare candies here, but neither of them are worth it. They don't do much. And also, if you use them immediately, you level out a red bar sooner, so it's just not good. So now we're going to go fight Erica with our new Blizzard TM. This execute coming up. If I miss Blizzard, it has Hypnosis and Reflect. I can only use those. Hypnosis would be quite bad. I'd have to flute. Slow. Not the worst in red bar though. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never used Mansion Candy in a run. Alright, so I hit the Blizzard. So Erica has a Victory Bell, a Tangela, and a Vileplume. Luckily, Victory Bell and Vileplume died to Earthquake, so I don't want to risk missing Blizzard. And Tangela, if you miss, it uses Constrictor Bind. Neither of them kill you unless you get literally a 5-turn bind, which people have died to missing Blizzard into 5-turn bind. It's pretty unlikely. But I hit the Blizzard. Easy. Now we're off to fight Blaine. Gotta answer some questions. A lot of people don't realize that you can press B to say no. Get lots of questions asking why all the answers are yes when you can just press B. You would think so, Leah. Thank you, Kev. Okay, so in red, Blaine can actually use a super potion at full HP for some reason. And other than super potion, Growlithe is 100% to use agility, because the other one doesn't work. And agility makes Growlithe faster, so you can't horn drill it, you'd have to earthquake it. And earthquaking is quite a bit slower because it's a longer animation. So getting super potion turn 1 actually saves like 5 seconds over agility. They don't, unless it's a category where you have to catch things. I'm hoping for Super Potion. But it agility, so I'm lucky. It does, however, Super Potion turn 2, which saves a little bit of time. But not as much as turn 1. Arena is very easy. Just Earthquake 4 times. Hope to not Gen 1 miss. Swift cannot miss now. It also bypasses the accuracy check just like X accuracy. Like France saying 142 Sabrina. Imagine not getting a 141. So this is an easy fight. You actually have like exactly one more speed and then Alakazam, and it's like it literally is just barely enough stat experience as well. Stat experience is the EVs of Gen 1 and 2. It's pretty crazy how close it is. Yeah, spiking is actually faster. Flying, yeah. Flying to Saffron and biking around loses a second over just biking there. So yeah, barely outspeed Alakazam. That Alakazam is very bad if you don't outspeed it. She is. Alright, so that's 7 gyms already. Time for the 8th. You know, something I haven't mentioned yet is that criticals in Gen 1 are based off of speed. So, it's base speed divided by 2, rounded down, divided by 256 to get crit rate. So Nidoking actually has a 16.6% crit rate. The reason I'm bringing up that now is that in this next fight, this Machoke will have a 70% chance to critical Karate Chop, since Karate Chop's a high crit rate move. 16.4, whatever. So if this Machoke uses Karate Chop and criticals, I'm dead. About 16% to die in this fight. It's quite annoying. But it focus energies. Very easy. I blizzard this Machop instead of horn drilling it because it saves 1 text box. It saves the 1-hit KO text box. Okay, now I'm going to Elixir. Giovanni is a very easy fight. You can't die unless you Gen 1 miss. It's 42 out of 256. I know that. You can miss Blizzard, but Rhydon can't hurt you, and that's the only thing you use Blizzard on. Rhydon only uses Fissure and Guard Spec. Can you use anything else? I forget. All these things die to Earthquake except Rhydon. Rhydon is a 54% to die to Blizzard. So I would love to get that since I'm 1.7 seconds behind record. I need everything I can get. So I would love to one-shot this Rhydon. Hey, Pugsley. Hit the Blizzard. And it dies. Very good. Now, that put me ahead of world record. By 3.6 seconds. Alright, so this next fight is one of 2 fights in the entire round where it is actually impossible to die. That is Blaine and this fight. Because Rhydon is less scary than Rhyhorn. Rhydon can't kill you, Rhyhorn can. So I can't die to this fight because I set up on this Pidgeot, which always uses agility. And this Pidgeot is a, I believe, 66% or something to die to Blizzard. So that would also be some time save that I would love to get. It always uses agility. That's a great question, Leo. And I get the range. It always uses agility because in Gen 1, good AI means that it'll always use a super effective move. And agility is super effective against Nidoking. So it just always, that's the only move it has that is super effective, so it just always uses it. This Growlithe also always uses agility, just like the one on Blaine as well. Yep. Some useless crits here. X-Act to drill this Venusaur, because Blizzard does not kill. The Venusaur is very bulky. Okay. Now we have to go through the badge check and Victory Road. So at this point, as you can see Fran bring you up in chat, I also forgot to get on the bike there. Happens. I took 2 more steps. So I have 2 super potions at this point because I wanted to, because I used one on Sylph Rival, right? Got the bad setup. The problem with that is, if I use, you normally use one before Agatha because her Gengar has Nightshade. If I use one before Agatha and then get Nightshade, I am kind of screwed for Lance because I'd have to full restore. One super potion isn't enough. If I full restore, then I can't get Red Bar off Hydro Pump. So at this point, I'm kind of freaking out. I don't know what to do. The options are to just enter Agatha without healing, or heal and hope I don't get Nightshade. So I'm thinking about that this whole time. Mom, strengthen these boulders. I'm 3.6 seconds out of world record. And world record misses some blizzards. Or a blizzard on Lance. So there's some time save. Victory Road's pretty simple. Just push the boulders to the spots. And that's about it. Yeah, in Gen 1 menuing saves turn frame. Turn frames in Gen 1 are pretty weird. So I'm still at this point just trying to figure out what I want to do for Agatha. And I actually don't decide until I literally enter Agatha's room. Even WSOP says this is hard indeed. I've actually thought about it recently, and I think a decent play might be to Super Potion and then YOLO Lance if you get Nightshade. Which I've never thought of, and it doesn't look like anyone in chat thought of that either. But I don't know. Maybe YOLO Agatha is just better. Right, yeah, that's true. That's definitely the play if that happens. Okay, so through Victory Road, now I'm going to deposit my slaves, except Pidgey, because they take time in the Hall of Fame to appear, 8 seconds each. Which is very slow, faster to deposit. And I keep Pidgey for Lorelei. So AI in this game cheats. If I send out Pidgey, then Dugong will just Aurora Beam to kill it. But this Dugong also is guaranteed to use Rest turn 2 against Nidoking. What I can do is switch to Pidgey, it Aurora Beams, switch back to Nidoking, use an X accuracy, and then it'll Rest and I can't die. You can die if this Dugong Gen 1 misses this Pidgey though. That's never happened to me. That's happened to people. Now I can just Horn Drill everything and win. If the run is bad, you can deposit Pidgey and just X accuracy immediately, and it's 50-50 to use Rest or Aurora Beam. Right, that's Lorelei down. Now, Bruno, you can die to a Slam critical, which would be quite unlucky. And I also want to take damage so that I can keep Red Bar for all of Bruno. As you can see, I'm about to level out. So I'm still thinking about what to do with Agatha as well. I can't decide. So I'm hoping this Onyx uses, what, Rage is the best move it can use. And it uses Rage. But it crits, but that doesn't matter. Just a bit slower. So now I'm perfectly set up to YOLO Agatha. But do I really want to risk it? I'm ahead of world record. I still haven't decided. Right about here I decide what to do, and I just talk to Agatha without healing. So, I'm going to X speed on this first Gengar. This first Gengar has Nightshade, Dream Eater, Hypnosis, and Confuse Ray. You can see the problem there. So I want to see Dream Eater, because that does nothing. It Dream Eaters. That's kind of crazy. Okay, it's not over. This Golbat doesn't die to Blizzard. I'm going to pause. It has, what, Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, Supersonic, and Haze. So, like, what? This fight's so stupid. So I Blizzard Golbat. It doesn't die without a crit. But I crit it. OMG. I just saved 30 seconds. All because I only had 2 super potions. So now, I'm 32 seconds out of world record, just like that. Alright, Lance leads Gyarados, which is guaranteed to Hydro Pump. You have to X special to survive. And then it does 108 to 128. Maybe. That sounds right. So I heal to 128. I'm dead to a 1 in 39 Hydro Pump. No, Leo. Don't heal to full because I want red bar. So if it hits me with Hydro Pump, doesn't crit, I'm in red bar, which is the goal. Gyarados is 13% to critical. If it criticals, I'm dead. Nothing you can do. Also, if it missed, I would Earthquake the Gyarados because the red bar saves too much time. Luckily, it hits. And it does. Puts me to 13. Very good. I have to hit 3 Blizzards. Missing them is not dead like it is in yellow. These Dragonairs all spam Agility. For the same reason as earlier. Dragonite uses Agility or Barrier, which do nothing. X speed on this Dragonair. For the reason you X speed on that Dragonair is to get the special badge boost to kill Aerodactyl with Thunderbolt. You can't do it on the first Dragonair. Alright, so now Champion leads a Pidgeot that does 20 to 24 with Wing Attack. And I have 17, so I'm gonna heal. I got plenty of time. Unfortunately, it's healing out a red bar. But I don't need red bar to get world record at this point. Red bar does not save 31 seconds. So I potion. This Pidgeot is 1 in 4 to use Sky Attack. Sky Attack does like 90 damage. So if I got Sky Attack, I'd have to full restore. And that would be really slow. It also has Mirror Move and Whirlwind, which do nothing. If I have to set up an X speed and X accuracy, I X speed. I should have X accuracy first, but whatever. It uses Mirror Move. It uses Wing Attack. If this crits, I'm dead. And it Wing Attacks me straight into red bar for the rest of the fight. And that's it. GG. Red bar saves 20 seconds this fight alone. Now I just horn drill everything and that's it. Ashley pulled over on the side of the road for this. Yep, Sky Attack would have killed. I would have had the full restore. lost some time because of having to heal before the fight. But yeah. Very silly run. Losing a minute on the fly split, a minute on the Koga split, and then YOLOing Agatha with a perfect fight. I was freaking out, yes. If you want to see my reaction, you can watch the original run. So the reason I have all these gold splits is because I made new splits for this route. This route, like this, these attempts that I did during this time were my first runs with this route. And the route was just skipping all optional trainers pretty much. That was a new route. That was like, I don't remember how long before my run that became a thing. Like 6 months maybe. But these were my first runs with this route. So I made new splits for it. Yeah, as you can see, the attempt count was 104. Now, so this was my 104th attempt with this route, which is absolutely insane if you know red. That I got this run in 104 attempts. So that's why there's all the gold splits, is because I haven't done many runs with these splits. There's been a few route changes, nothing major. Some menuing things. Yeah, that's it. That is the Pokemon Red glitchless world record for almost 2 years now. That's right, thank you, Leah. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. I think I'm gonna do more of these in the future when I get world records. Like, I think people like these. I'm gonna do them when I get new world records, as long as they're not terrible runs. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see y'all later.